Hello, all. This is I'm gonna go back in time. Even though it's the beginning of the year 2017. Happy New Year to everyone. This is going to be for the YouTube video update of the week of Christmas and New Year's. So yeah, this is going to be video update for December 23rd to 28th. Of 2016 and the beginning of 2017. I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. Most of you have already known and haven't figured out yet, I have not been doing YouTube video updates lately since the past 2016, past late year, because I have not been of good mental health. The deep depression that I've had has pretty much erupted towards the end of the year, and I wasn't feeling that healthy enough to do a lot of things. I was social enough, but I just didn't. There was just a lot of things going in my mind. And when Christmas came, I got my healing. So now I am awesome. I am of good mental health. I started a new beginning, and I am good. I am still the typical anti-American against government government corruption. I'm against people who are stupid, but I am all for people who are educated and are into education. Okay? I'm still the same person I was last year, a week ago, but I am of good mental health. I'm no longer in a deep depression. Some of you who do not know what a deep depression is just sometimes when you reach a point in your life when you just don't have the up state of mind. I mean, you're healthy, but you're just not of good mental health. But in any case, I'm going to be doing my first YouTube update for this year 2017, and we'll be finishing up the YouTube updates for the last week of December for Christmas. Of most of you who do not know, the iPhone S7 is actually banned from all airports. That's good, because now you get to see all of the people. They can't use their cell phones on the plane. Beautiful. That's the first intelligent thing that the U.S. government and the airports have actually done in many years. You can use the iPhone 7, but you can't use the Samsung S7. Now, I just figured out last night that they got this stupid wire. They got the stupid cable thing where it's now universal. Come on already. My iPod 5G works on all iPhones. So if some of you actually meet me someplace, and if you need your iPhone, no matter what version it is, if you need your iPhone charged, come to me and I will enthusiastically charge a phone for you, simply because any iPhone and any iPod after the 5G will work universally. Just like if none of you have actually paid attention and really have noticed that I've also came down with a call too, so you're getting the after effects from me. If any of you have actually had a Android wire charger, those things are universal. You do not need to buy a new cable for it. One Android cable, a charger, is universal. You do not need to buy a new one. If you are out, ask someone if you can charge your phone for at least 5 minutes with them. Hypothetically, of course. Now they got this stupid cable where it's supposed to be universal, and it's a magnet on the other end of the end of the wire, where it connects both an iPhone and an Android phone. No matter what model it is, it will work on both. Now, That's a stupid thing. Why the hell do you need another wire? The wire I have on my Samsung, okay, that thing will work on a JVC, an LG, and a Samsung. Okay, there's no need to buy a new wire. My iPod 5G, 5th generation, okay, my iPod 5G wire will work on any iPhone and iPod. You don't need to buy a new wire. So, in any case, this is supposed to be a YouTube video update for the end of December and the beginning of 2017. I just thought I'd get that shit out of the way. For politics, part 1. Again, if you're confused about that, it's last week. In other words, December 23rd to the 28th to 2016 to the new year of 2017 for politics, part 1. I have to honestly say that politics has actually reached a new low. Donald Trump gets elected president, which I honestly thought he wouldn't win. Donald Trump gets elected president. Hillary's assistant or campaign manager wants a recount. How typical is that? The bitch can't stand to lose the election because her ego was so huge, and now all of a sudden her campaign manager wants to do a recount like Al Gore. I mean, come on already. If you don't care, if you want to accept the election results, don't fucking do a recount. Donald Trump is totally content, but I have to honestly say, yes, I do have to quote him. He said, I will accept the outcome and the results of the election if I win. Okay? Well, that's pretty much the same thing that Hillary's campaign manager has said when she lost. But the thing is, the right guy. Even though he may not be qualified, we gotta actually see him prove his lies publicly. In other words, yes, I am saying there is a huge doubt in my mind that Donald Trump may not necessarily do what he is saying he's going to do. Because if you look at some of their performances of lately, they're acting just as much as he was on The Apprentice. Now, The Apprentice thing, now all of a sudden, according to the media, they're battling out. Well, I'd rather hear you're fired instead of you're fired, or I'll be back, or I'm back, or hasta la vista, baby. Oh, come on, all right. Can we get the reality of it, the whole thing? Come on, right? Who the hell wants to listen to an Austria guy talking on a show where he's using the same old slogans? Yeah, last year, not this past one, but the year before, 2015, yeah, my nephew and his friend was sitting there joking about it. But after a while, do you really honestly think that really matters during right now when we got so much shit going on in the country? They're actually going to argue over slogans on a fucking Apprentice show while the country is pretty much getting to the point of Greece. Okay, $23 trillion in debt that a nigger from Kenya does not have any intention of fixing. He just wants to get his $700,000 welfare check, free of charge, with no work involved in it. All he does is choreograph his shit on TV, and he's done. What work has he actually done? I mean, it's totally, really stupid. Now, all of a sudden, they're bringing this shit up with they're blaming Putin, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, for destroying the election results. Why the hell would Putin, as shrewd as he is, he may be a good guy behind doors, okay? He may love his country. He may be a good guy when no one's there. But the way society is, yeah, I did have to say, he's a lot like Donald Trump. You gotta be shrewd in order to survive sometimes, okay? When I am assertive against idiots, yes, sometimes I am shrewd. Okay, I mean, it comes with the territory of survival. Sometimes you have to be obsessively shrewd like Putin. Sometimes you gotta be shady in order to create progress. Like Donald Trump. He didn't become a multi-billionaire by saying, okay, I'll accept that price. Yeah, I only paid $22 million for the building, but it's okay. You can pay me $15 million. No, honey. I put this much into the building. You're going to pay me $25 million. If you don't like it, fuck off. I mean, come on already. But that's sometimes the way you have to be sometimes in the business world. You have to actually be shrewd and assertive. Not shrewd as in abusive and insulting, shrewd as in being assertive. Now, just because Putin may be shady, and maybe a shrewd individual, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be fucking with an election in another country. I mean, come on already. And the funniest thing is that during this whole entire time, which I'm going to skip half the shit that they've done for them in the past like 3-4 months, is that the guy, Donald Trump, isn't even in office yet, and they're already blaming him for every fucking thing that everyone else is doing. He hasn't even been inaugurated yet. All he did was win the election. Now, all of a sudden, they're blaming him for the policies. They're blaming him for separating everyone. He hasn't done a damn thing yet in office, and they're already blaming him. Racial shootings, racial crime in general. They're blaming him for that. Meantime, when has the Kenyan man brought his black ass to any state to fix any of the things, unless he's talking about the same niggers that are doing the crime? I mean, come on already. It's the same shit time after time. And I honestly, quite frankly, if Donald Trump files an executive order for every decision he has to make, I don't blame him. Because you have to actually file an executive order to beat an executive order that an asshole has already done. So, considering Obama has already done 973 illegal and unconstitutional executive orders, Donald Trump is probably going to have to do at least 1,033 executive orders in order to correct the shit that Obama has already done. So, forget the printing press price. What about the price of making new paper to file new shit? I mean, come on already. Donald Trump is probably going to have to file more executive orders to do on paper, then they're probably gonna have to pay for the money that it takes to make the paper. I mean, shit. But the politics of it is really getting stupid. I may sound like I'm getting, oh my god, but I'm saying it in a way that it's explaining the stupidity of the whole political dialogue, because that's exactly what it is. It's a dialogue. It's a storyline. Everyone is doing their acting part, and every idiot in the country, I'm not counting the people who know what's going on, every idiot, regardless of whether they're Democrat or a liberal, okay, every idiot is submitting to the shit that is going on in the country. So it's really, the whole thing is really getting stupid. I mean, every single time I'm sitting there going to the bathroom, I think of Obama, because I think of how much shit he's been saying and how much I'm actually excreting Not to get too graphic and derogatory, but that's exactly what it is. Every single time I think of that asshole, I'm having to go and go and go and go and go. Perhaps maybe when Donald Trump gets in office, I'll have to start going less. The whole thing is just plain stupid. It really is. Now, all of a sudden, we got this unfortunate shooting in Florida. You think Obama's going to go down there? No. But I bet you any amount of money he will be commenting on these 4 black niggers beating this poor white guy up. That, to me, is irritating. Now that, I can honestly say, that gets me irritated. Because all it is 4 black niggers who do the racial card while doing the crime. Okay? While doing the crime. I bet you any amount of money that if it were a black guy that was beaten up by 4 white men, that nigger, Al Sharpton, would be down there so fast, claiming a racial war, that the media wouldn't even get answers yet. But I bet you Al Sharpton would know all the details. Because he's got to be a black man fighting for the black victim who was beaten up by a rabid dog by 4 white crackers. That's how stupid it is. But the guy's white. So your Kenyan shit president, who all the flies are attracted to, are probably most likely going to comment on this whole thing. And he actually, from what I saw on the 5, he already has. And there was one a black captain that has already commented on it. He said that he will not let any of this crime happen again. But guess what? It is already done. It is already done. The crime, the racial crime that the niggers have already done, has already been done. Now, guess who said that speech? A black captain. Okay? This is a black guy saying, we won't let this crime be done. Meantime, it's already a week gone by. Actually, that's not a week. More likely, what is it, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days? I think? Yeah. A little over 3 days. They haven't even prosecuted the niggers yet. Now, I'm not saying this in the KKK. I'm saying it in a liberal context because Juan Williams on the 5 has not even condemned them yet. He may have commented on how unfortunate the crime that was done was, but he has not condemned them yet. Now, yes, I may sound like I'm doing a flip-sided coin, double-edged sword, by saying, yeah, if he does condemn them publicly only because it's to save his own skin color. Which I can totally understand that thought. But again, he has not crucified his own skin color. He has not condemned the 4 niggers who beat that poor boy up mercifully. I guarantee you, within 3 days they'll get their week's worth of publicity, considering it's what they wanted. They wanted the video to go public. And I guarantee you, they're going to get off because he's going to get a black judge or a white judge with a black liberal lawyer, and they're going to claim racism, and they're going to say, well, you crucifying me, sending me to jail because I'm black. They're going to get off on it, and the whole thing's going to be done. That's what irritates me. That's why I say nigger so often, because it's within a liberal context, and they are acting like niggers. You don't want to act like you don't want to be labeled a nigger. Don't act like one. Be like Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King. Be a segregator. I, as a white man, a middle-aged, 39-year-old white man, I had no problem with anyone. If you are an idiot, like I am with the anti-American frame of mind. If you are an idiot, I will not give you my time. But in general, I get along with everyone, providing you are not an idiot, providing you are not an asshole. I will talk to a black guy, a black woman, any ethnicity, any race. Doesn't matter to me. I'm good. You're good. But don't sit there and claim racial profiling when you are a nigger beating up on a white man because you got a problem with society of everyone always labeling black people as the racial profiling criminals. Damn it, don't do the crime. It's bad enough we have enough niggers on welfare that everyone has to pay for. Everyone. Even the people on a part-time job. People who are working part-time are paying for welfare. Now, over in New Zealand, they have a different frame of mind about it. Because people over in New Zealand don't use welfare as a form of just free money because they can't work. There are a lot of people over there, and they fully admit it. I have no problem paying you to sit home if you are sick. If you need governmental assistance, I have no problem with you sitting on your ass for a year getting to better health. That's their frame of mind. If you can't get employment, I have no problem with paying you away because we're all paying for each other. Now that's that's what the U.S. labels as socialism. But guess what? In fine print area, when you're paying for the niggers to sit home doing nothing on welfare, the U.S. is socialist. The U.S. is socialist when you get a nigger from Kenya trying to take guns from everyone. Now me, yes, I am against guns, but guess what? You break into my home, you go first, honey. That's the reality of it. And anyways, that is the end of the YouTube update for the last week of December 23rd to the 28th, the week of Christmas of 2016, and the beginning of 2017 when Donald Trump gets inaugurated. We will now go on to part 2, YouTube video update of part 2 of anti-social media, where every liberal loves to argue with you and all the celebrities love to ignore you.